African elephants live in diverse habitats, including wetlands, forest, grassland, savanna, and desert across 37 countries in southern, eastern, western, and central Africa. The Asian elephant is found across 13 countries in South, Southeast, and East Asia. At the turn of the 20th century, there were a few million African elephants and about 100,000 Asian elephants. Today, there are an estimated 470,000 African elephants and between 40,000 to 50,000 wild Asian elephants. Elephant herd and social behavior. Elephants are fascinating creatures. They are the largest land animals on Earth and are known for their intelligence, strong social bonds, and impressive memory. Both African elephants and their Asian Dido, the Asian elephant, are extremely bound by history and social norms of belonging to a herd. When a baby is born, it will, after a few hours, to take its first steps in the elephant herd. In the herd, elephants are constantly aware of where each individual is at all times, and they know which one has just had a baby and who is sick. They're an extremely loyal animal. The elephant herd can consist of up to 100 individuals with several females and baby calves, and only one older bull. The elephant herd can split into several smaller herds, or elephant units. If the group is too big, every elephant needs a herd. There are a number of reasons as to why an elephant needs to belong to a herd. The primary reasons are for shelter, safety, and to feel secure. Because elephant herds are so important for the elephants, they will choose a new herd if their old family is in danger or split up into smaller herds if there are too many individual elephants around one area. Elephant families also seem to need each other emotionally. When one of them dies, others may stay and mourn for a long time. When the remaining elephant herd members finally leave, they will after a while start searching for or create another family, preferably with other elephants who knew their deceased friend. The bachelor elephants, bulls, lead more solitary lifestyles, and even if they form small groups, they do not tend to stay together for long, usually less than 1 year. What is the social structure of an elephant herd? Elephant herds also tend to be fairly democratic groups, and elephants can vote on many issues by using their trunks and feet. An elephant clan usually consists of at least one older matriarch, the leader and decision-maker, who is often the mother or grandmother of most, if not all, of the other elephants in the herd. Several related females and their offspring. Young adults between 10 and 20 years old who are still living at home with their mother and siblings, therefore often sisters and cousins. A few young extra males who without a herd their own or bachelor elephants. The older bull and rarely other younger bulls, who is mostly wandering on his own or with other single males. Elders are the most respected individuals in elephant society, except for the matriarch, and it is very much expected that young elephants show respect towards their elders by greeting, touching trunks, and making friendly noises to and at them. It's in an elephant's DNA to respect their elderly. The importance of the herd's matriarch. A herd's matriarch plays a vital role in the overall development, protection, and well-being of the family. The matriarch receives her position as a result of her leadership abilities, knowledge, and skills. Her family relies on her for water in the dry season, ensuring that the young are well cared for and offer protection to other family members of them when they need it most. The matriarch is often the eldest female in a family, and as such she will be the biggest and strongest of them all. The matriarch will also be the one who leads her family to all important resources, such as clean water and fresh vegetation, while also knowing where to look for foreign herds, so the herd can socialize with them. If there is ever a threat in the area, such as other predators or poachers, it's the matriarch's responsibility to get her family out of there. At the same time, the rest of the elephant herd will also respect and follow their matriarch's decisions while also complying with any social rules that are required in order for them to live together as a harmonious unit. The matriarch sets these social rules, and the other elephants in her family will follow them. It is very much a given that when it comes to elephant behavior, their herd's matriarchs have the final say in all matters. Here are several famous elephant matriarchs who have made significant impacts on their herds and have been well documented by researchers and conservationists. Kumquat. Kumquat was one of the most famous matriarchs in Amboseli National Park, Kenya. Born in 1968, she led her family with wisdom and strength until she was tragically killed by poachers in 2012. Her story highlights the challenges elephants face and the importance of conservation efforts. Echo. Echo was another renowned matriarch from Amboseli. She was the subject of numerous studies and documentaries, including the BBC series Echo of the Elephants. Echo led her family for over 36 years, demonstrating remarkable leadership and intelligence. Dida was a matriarch of Tsavo East National Park in Kenya and was considered the largest female tusker in Africa. She passed away from natural causes in 2022, leaving behind a legacy of strength and resilience. Raising calves together. An elephant in the wild will rarely have more than 4 children throughout her life. Female elephants can start to have babies when they are about 14 years old, and they are pregnant for 22 months, the longest pregnancy of mammals. The elephant herd will raise calves together as a family. The whole herd will take care of young calves as they suckle them, play with them, and protect them from any danger. They also teach the little ones how to use their trunks, terms that others in the family understand, and learn to communicate with each other. Calves learn a lot from their elders and watch them closely and often copy, as the adults go about their daily business. The other females in the family will also adopt any orphan calves, as if they were their own children, suckling them and raising them alongside their biological young, until such time that these adopted calves are strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet or 4. All parenting where a calf is cared for by someone other than its mother takes place in some family groups. Alamothers are typically 2 to 12 years old. Adoption of calves is rare but does occur, especially in the case of an orphan calf. Females with their calves. When it comes to baby elephants, many people tend to only see the mothers and young. However, they don't always know that other female elephants will also play a very important role when it comes to the young's upbringing. In fact, other female elephants will play a vital role as they also help look after the young. In particular, older sisters and close relatives to the mother of a baby elephant will help care for them, including mothers who have lost their own calves. The reason why this type of behavior takes place is because of the strong family bond that elephants share with each other. They know that it takes a whole herd to care for their young, and they will do their utmost to ensure that everyone does what is required in order to protect, teach, and raise young calves as best they can. Elephant-bull dynamics. It is often believed that male elephants are aggressive creatures, but the truth of the matter is that bull elephants actually have a very calming impact on their herd. When male elephants enter into adulthood, normally the bulls leave the herd when they are 13 years old. They are forced to leave their family in order to live solitary lives, which allows them to spread their seed far and wide. Even so, bulls will return from time to time in order to visit their family and make sure they are all okay. They will also bring with them fresh vegetation and water, as well as playing and socializing with the other young bulls within the elephant herd. Bull elephants will also form strong relationships with older bulls, especially those who live outside of a breeding unit, but will also work together with the rest of the family. If there are problems, it is often 1 or 2 of these bulls that will lead them away from danger and take the time to protect the other members. It's common for bull elephants to form strong friendships with each other which can last for their entire lives. But they can also be quite aggressive with other elephants. They know they need each other and will remain close no matter what. There are even cases where males have shown signs of depression after losing their closest friend. Elephant herds are close-knit units that share a strong family bond. Female elephants, both young and old, take care of calves together and play an important role in their upbringing. Male elephants, once they reach adulthood, are forced to leave their family, but often return to visit and check up on them. Bulls have a calming influence on the herd and work together to protect them from danger. The way elephant families work together is truly unique, and it just goes to show the strength they feel for one another, as well as how important family really is. This type of behavior is not seen in many different species, one that should be treasured and protected. Both Asian and African elephants migrate and generally follow the same migratory routes annually. Migration distances vary considerably depending on environmental conditions. During a prolonged dry season in Africa, elephant migration distances were recorded to extend over 100 kilometers, 62 miles. Studies documenting Asian elephants in deciduous forests of southern India with numerous water sources reported elephant migration to extend between 20 and 50 kilometers, 12 and 31 miles. African elephants usually migrate at the beginning of the dry season, between June and November, heading toward more hospitable locations near rivers and water sources that are not prone to drying. When the rainy season arrives, usually from October to December and March to June, elephant herds return to native regions to feed on the lush, green vegetation rains help regenerate. Elephant migration allows time for the growth of vegetation in exhausted grazing areas. Elephant migrations occur in one of the following three ways. The migration method depends on environmental conditions. Individual family groups separate themselves from the larger herd. This method may be used in response to limited food supplies encountered during a dry season migration. If food sources are scarce along the migratory route, it is more efficient to travel as individual families rather than large herds. Family groups traveling in this manner are generally led by a dominant female at the front of the group and another at the back to guard the rear. The young travel between the dominant females for protection and supervision. Several family groups, usually between 2 and 5, may form a larger group called bond groups for migration. Bond groups provide additional security due to more sets of watchful eyes. Females share leadership and supervisory responsibilities based on age, experience, and temperament. These groups require more food resources along the migratory route, but benefit from increased protection. Occasionally, entire populations of elephant herds join together in mass migration, with estimates as high as 500 individuals reported. This method provides maximum protection for herds, but food resources must be present along the migratory route in sufficient quantity. The courtship of elephants is a nuanced process that unfolds over a 3-week window of female reproductive receptivity, known as the estrus cycle. However, the actual opportunity for conception is limited to a brief 3 to 5 days within this period. During these days, females display heightened reproductive interest, often demonstrated by increased enthusiasm upon encountering a musk bull. Their behavior includes an estrus walk, characterized by a raised head and frequent glances over their shoulders, accompanied by vocalizations that can carry over several kilometers. Interestingly, elephants possess one of the longest estrus cycles amongst non-sessile mammals, spanning 13 to 18 weeks, while the complexity of their reproductive timing hints at a potential seasonal pattern. It's notable that wild African elephants primarily conceive during the rainy season. Elephants rely on their keen sense of smell to assess each other's reproductive status. With 7 to 9 terminals specialized for olfaction, far surpassing the human capacity, they can detect airborne hormones when a female is in estrus or a male is in must. This olfactory information is relayed to the Jacobson's organ in the mouth's upper palate for analysis. Additionally, hormones can be directly detected from urine and feces. Once a bull elephant, it must detect the scent of a female in estrus. They can travel great distances, often neglecting to stop and feed, to find the female. Must, a period of heightened testosterone-fueled sexual activity, significantly influences male elephant behavior. It showcases a dual nature, encompassing heightened sexual behavior and virility alongside increased aggression, which occasionally leads to confrontations with other males. The duration of must varies with age, ranging from brief bouts in younger males to extended periods in older ones, significantly impacting the male hierarchy. Heat competition for potential mates revolves around contests of strength, involving pushing, tusking, wrestling, and ramming. These encounters ultimately culminate in one bull asserting dominance, while the weaker counterpart concedes mating rights to the female. Fortunately, these mating contests rarely escalate into brutal combat, as they serve as rapid assessments of virility and strength. The mating process can be brief, lasting anywhere from a few hours to 4 days. After mating, males typically stay with the female to deter competitors. Intriguingly, female behavior evolves as they mature. Older females prefer large musk males and actively avoid others, whereas young females initially lack these selective behaviors, leading to multiple mountings by younger males. With time, they learn to favor older, larger, and more experienced mates. A long-term study of wild African elephants has uncovered a captivating facet of their reproductive behavior. It appears that mature females sometimes engage in what can be termed as simulated or false estrus behaviors, particularly when their young, nulliparous female relatives enter their own estrus cycles. These behaviors involve mature females mimicking the visual and behavioral signals of estrus, even when they are unlikely to be ovulating themselves. They engage in activities such as approaching and avoiding males, joining their young relatives in chases during mating pursuits, and occasionally emitting post-copulatory calls after the young female has mated. To shed light on this intriguing phenomenon, a study conducted in Amboseli National Park, Kenya, meticulously analyzed the occurrence of these simulated estrus events. The research aims to pinpoint when Paris female elephants are most likely to exhibit such behavior and evaluate various hypotheses to decipher its underlying purpose. Potential explanations explored include whether simulated estrus serves no functional purpose, enhances the reproductive success of the simulating female, or contributes to the inclusive fitness of the simulating female. This intriguing behavior adds yet another layer of complexity to the already captivating world of elephant reproduction. Elephant mating is a complex and awe-inspiring process. As we look into the intricacies of their courtship, estrus cycles, and chemical communication, we gain a deeper appreciation for these remarkable creatures. Preserving the future of African elephants means safeguarding not only their majestic presence, but also the intricate and captivating behaviors that define their existence.